So, in case you guys are aware, this is the Thighs lore video about the Thighs toy, the most infamous Morimens, event or controversy that has affected both NA and CN, mostly CN. It has persisted to this day. I will get in trouble making this video, 100%, because I mentioned it during my Morimens development history video, like 6-7 months ago. Now I'm going to cover it more in depth based on the recent things. Again, like the developers, have apologized frequently, especially the Chinese community, over and over and over and over again. However, it is a staple of the Morimens game lore at this point. So, I'm going to get started on what happened and the reactions. And my editor is going to edit together screenshot images from Discord and whatnot, cataloging all of the events. So, what is it? During 2024 and even now, the game is very unpopular. Even now, they have no money due to a series of poor decisions. The developers, I'm an accountant, a lot of accountants play the game. If you ask anyone who is in finance, the developers make a good game. Their finances are complete dog shit. Their marketing is dog shit. Everything involving getting eyes on the game, where they spend their money, is unequivocally dog shit to me as a finance boring person in that regards. They don't invest their money correctly. They ran Facebook ads. Even now, they don't invest money correctly, in my opinion. But that brings me to next thing. For the entirety of 2024, the first year of the game's launch, to now, they have confirmed and made several comments that they made a profit for the first time 2025. They went an entire year without making a single profitable month. The game was going to EOS 2024 December. And during my Morimens development history, I showed the links to it. Maybe my editor will post the chat logs right now on the screen. But they were panicking, they were asking, and the game was eventually saved by investors in 2024. And during that time, they have a series of ideas on how to monetize the game better. Even to this day, with the plus 12 Axiom drama, which I covered with the Chinese community, that is their new direction of making money for the game. Because right now, the game is making basically no money. They're very, very poorly mismanaged, in my opinion. They spend money on fucking AAA music studios like Emmy Evans, who sung the Arc 1 ending video. She's very expensive. She makes the music for Nier. Is this game on the same level of Nier? Any of you guys who are actually honest, being honest yourself, will say no, unless you're a fucking dirty Ultra player. So, in order to fund all that, and all the PVs and stuff, for the first year of the game, they spent money on the Thighs cinematic, the Hamlin cinematic, all the music, and those got no views of the game. Nothing. Poor investment. And so they decided more ideas. One of the ideas I covered is plus 20. That was for year one. The community revolted. So they kept thinking more ideas. So Light, in his great wisdom, started appealing to the gooners and stuff. So they were thinking of merch opportunities. So they're thinking like, t-shirts, and then the conversation in Chinese. You can go through the old Chinese Discord. He hasn't deleted everything. What happened is people started talking about those booby mouse pads for Thighs, and Light went a step further. What if we made a Thighs fleshlight? And he kept talking. And he kept talking. And he kept talking about the Thighs fleshlight. and being 100% serious about making Morimens sex toys, about not just thighs, but other things. The Chinese community did not like that. And I'm going to cover it later in the same video about what happened during the recent Annie. So, White had to step back and apologize. But not before big drama and people in the Chinese community like, you're a disrespecting woman. You hate women. That is the most disgusting idea ever for male use. So, what did Light did? He banned people. There was a large banning incident on both Discord and Chinese official group, and he kicked hundreds of players out of 10 groups. Like hundreds of players were banned in the Chinese community who revolted against his thighs sex toy debacle. So people got even more mad, and his emotions got the better of himself. He interacts with the community a lot back then. Now he still interacts a lot, but any of you guys who have seen Light back in 2024 knows that he interacts with the community 10 times more than he does now. And when I was talking to the Chinese content creator, he admits that to this day, Light does not interact with the Chinese community as much as he interacts with the global English community. That's why you see him leak or, tease units to us before he teases them to the Chinese. He does not hang around and chat a lot because the Chinese community has a more negative perception of him in general than us. Every time I meme out on Discord, I mention it. He goes in Chinese cat, he says something, and the Chinese community just jump him. On any gameplay changes, they hold him to account. They're more mad about him than we are. And that's this situation. So it got big outwash. Only in the Chinese community. In English chat, you're not going to find it. So hopefully my editor can scroll through the old Discord chat and post the image. If not, you just rely on my words. Images are going to be placed all over. I trust you, editor. I trust you, my Oliver Twist. Now, what happened after that? He had to step down from his community role because since it's a small company, he basically was the community-facing person. That's why he interacted so much with the community. So they realized they needed to hire a PR person, HR. That's where Goya came in. Everyone knows Goya. And that's the lore behind that. So he stepped back from talking to the community as much because he has some wild ideas, like the thighs sex toy. That story doesn't end there. The story does not end there. So during Annie, we were memeing a bit and something. For no reason, in English chat, he thought we were talking about the thighs sex toy and stuff. So out of nowhere, he panicked super early for no reason. I don't understand why he would do this. I don't understand why he would revive this. The conversation was dead. No one was talking about it anymore. Okay? Until he jumped into English chat when we're all complaining about Annie. You know Annie? The Annie raids, how everyone was burnt out early on and how fast the bosses was dying. And we were all complaining about that. We were all mad at developers because they lied, because they said during half Annie we were going to make the Annie raids better. But out of nowhere, while we were talking about how dog shit the bosses were and how little lives they have, he jumps in and he makes a comment regarding the sex toy incident. I heard some people are still concerned about it. I'm reading it word for word. Editor, put the screenshot up. It's still on Discord. The links should be below. I previously explained my thoughts in Chinese community, but I like to share them in English. It was indeed a serious mistake. I was constantly trying to change target audience or business model in order to help the game grow better. And I regret it in the brand direction, and we're going to develop the game properly. Out of nowhere, while we were complaining, you can see me in chat as well.
Bro, who the fuck's
about it. And he was just talking about the sex toy and apologizing. This was just 2 months ago. And then everyone was like, what, the what incident? He referred to it as the sex toy incident. And chat went wild for hours. I was there the entire time. I loved it. I wasn't going to cover it, but I'm not sponsored anymore, so I'm going to cover it. This is good content, okay? So everyone was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? So this is where the next piece of drama happened. So my editor is going to highlight funny comments throughout this entire incident while I talk about it. Like, you can just pick whatever you want, editor. There's like so many gold mines here. So I was like, no, it's a good idea. And English chat, obviously, since we're all degens, we're definitely not complaining about this. Like, Ivachu Pikachu was like, I don't know what he's doing. He's basically reacting like, we're not complaining about the sex toy incident, Light. We're complaining about the raids, but chat went out of control. Now, instead of complaining about the raids, we were like, oh my gosh, that is a giga brain move. Like, make the sex toy. So the entire chat for the next 5 or 6 hours was constantly workshopping ideas of how to make better sex toy and the things. And please continue, like, we have no problems. Where's my G-Doll toy? Your second heart. The sex toys are a good idea. Like, don't listen to haters. This is funny. Bring back the thighs cup. Again, there were more ideas. It wasn't just the thighs fleshlight. Thighs cup, fucking thing. And then we're gonna go deeper. Then the English chat was like, we need to make this appropriate. We need male sex toys too. I suggested, what about a caucus dildo? You know? What about a spiny dildo, a Goliath dildo? All that. You gotta... And someone reacted, said, aren't you like YouTuber? This is gotcha. This is based. And this continued on for hours and hours and hours. And everyone loved it. Like, even the old whales was like, my brain is evolving. Trust your user base. Make one for women and men. We both need it. This will fund Morimens for 10 years. Now, what happened? Civil war. Civil war between English chat and Chinese chat. Admittedly, I did feel the civil war a little bit during those hours, because I was translating using Google Translate what the Chinese community was saying to English chat, and they were translating what we were saying to Chinese chat, and they were noticing that I was translating what they were saying, and they were like, I can't believe he's translating what we're saying, and they're thinking we're unreasonable and whatnot, because the reactions couldn't be more different. In the Chinese chat, one of the comments I translated, hopefully my editor can find where I translated it. They were like, I thought the Westerners respected women more. So they were very, very offended. They're very mad because, as you've seen from my interview part 2, the actual Chinese community do not like super sexy gooner stuff for Morimens for some reason compared to English community. English community, based on my ad metrics, I know you guys are all dirty fucking degens. Every one of you. You're not gonna lie, like, more than 90% of my ad revenue is from the dating ads. From the dating apps, from the AI chat box that you talk to that are girls. That's my ad revenue, and people will watch a Morimens video. You can't lie to me, motherfucker. Okay, every one of you guys would be like pre-ordering that thigh sex toy, no problem. And if you're a girl, you can pre-order a fucking Uvash, fucking heart dildo, fucking spray. I don't know what you guys want. I'm not into that shit. But yeah, instead, like, Dorothy and whatnot. So the true civil war, PR technique, and everyone was just posting meme images, vibrator and flashlight, and then I realized that in English Morimens chat back then, it changed that thing. Dildo is censored. Dye sex toy is not censored. Fleshlight was not censored. The word dildo was censored. The word fleshlight was not censored. Vibrator, all that. So then I went like discrimination. Can't believe we need to uncensored the like dildos, okay? Vibrating fleshlights, all that. And then people were wondering, like some other Chinese community was like confused about the light statements, like what the fuck kind of audience was white light trying to capture? This is the funniest shit ever. Yeah, Lin from the Chinese community commented, I thought foreigners valued respect for women more. So, and then while we were memeing and talking about dildos and fleshlights, he came back. He came back and said, it was a misguided idea proposal. And at the time, I wanted to ask everyone's opinion about it. Regardless of the intention itself, the idea was simply wrong. I will acknowledge the mistake and will never forget about it. From now on, unless it's absolutely necessary, I would prefer not to explain it again. Again, he has apologized numerous times for having the idea. Again, my stance would be like, white is a 500 IQ genius. My stance so far is that you go to any anime gacha convention or any convention, you start selling those, Morimens funded for the next 10 years. This is like the greatest idea he's ever had. Maybe I'm wrong, but based on my ad metrics, y'all are degenerates. Comment below. Would you buy a fucking Dice fleshlight, a fucking Caucus dildo, a fucking Dorothy dildo? Would you? Let's be honest. You would. You guys are all dirty fucks. I know what ads you click on, motherfucker. I will keep repeating this until the ad metrics change. Until you guys start clicking on ads that have to do with education and bettering yourself, instead of clicking on all these stupid dating websites, all these fucking dating AI shit. Like, it's not even, okay, I'm gonna go on a slight rant and I'm gonna go back to the topic. It's not even fucking, like, dating apps. It's not like even Tinder. It's like fucking these fucking scam dating ads that all you guys click on that make me money. It's like, find hot singles in your area. But the most popular one is still the AI dating chatbots with the fucking Gwen Tennyson and fucking Mavis. You know all those fucking gooner ads? Yeah, those are the ads you guys click on, you motherfuckers. So, people were like, we can find investors in the West. I will invest. Tell me where to send $1 million. Yeah, everyone loved it in English chat. And when you go to Chinese chat back then, December 2nd, 2025, you could see them complaining about us. And people would start having better and better ideas. The drama gets worse, or at least the story gets worse. So if this is all uncomfortable for you, if you are disgusted, please stop the video. Please stop the video. Because we got so much more degenerate in English chat. We got so much worse. So much worse. The top champion was Narya, Pollux' husband, as her handle is. She thought, what if we make tentacle dildos, vibrating mode in white, thrusting in red, and regular thrust in blue, and it changes colors. We're thinking about realm mechanics in the dildos. And someone was thinking like, some person brought up, what about a twill body pillow with a hole in the middle for the chest near the boobs? And people were like, can Erica has that function too? What about an actual Erica robot? And then it get more and more wild. People were realizing this chat is turning into a not safe for work chat. Again, none of these comments were deleted, so my editor can dig up. All of it is still on Discord. All of it is still there if you scroll up. I came up with some wild ideas too. What about fetus-shaped edibles? Merch. Good merch idea, right? And I made a poll as well. It got taken down, I think. I might have got taken down, but if I can find it again, English community, is this a good idea or not? Respect women. Is this like my previous thing? It's like my poll making this video or not? So I was like, Yes, this is a genius idea. All on my money. Don't care. No, respect woman. And last option's like, where do I invest? Over 90% of people answered yes or where do I invest on my poll I did in English Discord. How many people said no? Less than 9%. Respect woman. The respect woman. That is just like the poll I did, whether I make this video or not, because I do admit this is objectifying women, and I understand where the Chinese community is from. But if you're watching my video right now, I did make a poll. You are watching. This is why I'm making this video, because you guys want to know more about this. And this is the video. I'm going to keep going. Sticky stuff in my butt. It got more and more degenerate. So, we're talking about furry toys, Riker toys, blah, blah, blah. So, Chinese chat started shaming us super hard. This is just 40 minutes in. Shaming us super hard. And then we got more wild. We noticed they were shaming us. And people were like, we are hard too. Light was being cyberbullied in Chinese chat the whole time. And it was like, oh, they're bullying him so hard. And we're like, yep, we are aware. We are also hard. And someone thought, what about Salvador chokers and handcuffs? What about Miriam toys? Language barrier, blah, blah, blah. And white drama. Yeah, the poll is still up. Terrible idea. Respect women. Where do I invest? Request to pin to will toy. Again, it divided the community. The translator. Okay. This is. Please. You may not wake up the same way once you get past the point of no return in the video right now. Chinese chat got brain broken, got mind broken, whatever term you want to use. Their respect for the English community, after what I will say now, dropped in the negatives. Because in my idea, in our wild things, people are going more and more degenerate, such as Castor armpit scent spray, fucking Pollock's butthole, fucking. One girl said, what about having Dai's menstrual blood so I can drink it? When they were translating our comments, because I was translating theirs, we were translating going back and forth. One of them translated how one girl says, like, they want to drink the menstrual blood of Thais. However, it translated wrong. It says, drink the menstrual blood of Thai people. As in the people from Thailand. And they got very offended. The translating mean is so scary. The Thai people. Someone wants to drink the menstrual blood of Thai people, and like English chat is out of control. Chinese chat went further. They're like, I can't. And then I was like, I can't believe we out horny the Chinese. We won the culture war. Okay. This is the Civil War. We won. We out horny the Chinese. And it went on for hours and hours and hours. Yeah, it is so fire. Yeah, the Chinese chat at the time, if you can translate it, it is great. Because while we were memeing, they were all shocked. And they were all like, what is wrong with the West? If Chinese people think the West has fallen, we don't have to worry about the Chinese invading us anytime soon, dude. They cannot handle us at our horniest based on this. I cannot believe this. And obviously I had some more ideas because I was playing into it. Again, you can cancel me in my comments. I have, because I'm a genius, okay? I want to monetize the game the best I can. One of my ideas was de-slime lubricant. Lore appropriate. Like, people buy lube. What if your lube was lore appropriate to Morimens? De-slime lubricant. We already have de-slime. Use it as lube. Hello? Make it a black lube. This is genius. This is genius. Again, in comments below, think of better ideas. Bigger and black. Okay, I love these comments. One of the thing is like Dice cut the leak of Tulu, like came out of nowhere, and one of the comments was like, people got more wild. None of these, or not all of these, are my ideas. One guy was like, I'm spreading Disolube all over my Onyx Blue. You mean slime semen? I can't believe we can jailbreak the files. I mean, like, yep, all these comments are getting insane. Bigger and blacker than it's ever been. Die will. Dissolute all over my shattered halberds. She's gonna Gnosis all over my prime till I dissolute. And I suggested, okay, what about after all this, we need Lemurian mouthwash for afterwards? Again, I have good ideas, okay? Lemurian mouthwash. I'm a genius. You're welcome. These are free ideas. You don't, okay, maybe give me 5% royalties. I'm only asking, and someone thought how genius, like, that's it, you're not a product manager of Morimens. Yeah, make me the product manager of Morimens. Actually, meme dies, just ask them. Make players the product manager. I have the idea. I will take suggestions. I can get this game in the green, in the black. Again, in the black. I hate it myself, but in the black means stocks are up. I would get this Morimens in the black Q1. I would make these merch immediately. This is how you make the money. You don't need to have the plus 12 whales. This is what you really need. Okay? Lemurian mouthwash. Okay? Lemurian mouthwash. Fucking a thighs to will body pillow, but the hole is where hole checks is to put your head in, so it like envelops you. I think that would be a good pillow. Oh, fucking, you know like those fucking massage things. Those fucking massage things you put your fucking head. Your head in upside down. Make it like a Twill cutout, and the hole where you put your head in is the hole in her chest. I'm a fucking genius, dude. I'm a fucking genius. This is off the cuff right now. That's a new idea. Fucking genius, dude. Eldritch Tar, the Riker, Corporal merch. Is the Corporal merch just a shock collar for BDSM? We need toys to mimic their kits. We gotta help out White. Again, maybe you all freak Chinese chat out. Yeah. Make your next video. Okay, someone suggested I didn't make it. Make a fleshlight tier list based on Morimens character. I'm like, yeah, that might be too much. That might be going too far. Cause that, again, I know some women watch my channel. I don't want to disrespect them because, again, so if I were to do that, I have to make a tier list for Morimens dildos as well. You gotta sexually harass both genders. But yeah, this is the English community. If you roll a 1, it kicks you in the ball. Someone was suggesting okay, this idea was not mine. Someone was also a genius. They discussed a Riker dildo with a dice. So you roll a dice, and that determines the setting. And if you roll a 1, it kicks you in the balls for the dice toy. I mean the Riker toy. So yeah, it is fucking insane. Daisusi, the Futa, Outhornius, half-goated. Yeah, it continues for hours and hours and hours and hours. Web browser. So, gift coming bad. It was inside you. So yeah, I can continue this, but I think that gets the point across. It gets more degenerate. Hopefully the editor already posted good screenshots from this, but yeah, I'll see you guys next time.